transform and roll out.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Broadcast Transformers Talk. So I have a multitude of Transformers figures revealed that we need to talk about here. So I'm going to do this and keep the intro short and just jump right into things. This is going to go from Studio Series to Siege and even to some Walmart G1 reissues. So here we go. First up, we have the Transformers Generations Selects Deluxe Class Nightbird. Yeah, I really don't like the look of this at all. It looks really ugly to me. Not to mention it uses the really ugly mold that Siege Chromia uses, and I just don't like that mold at all. This figure releases October 2019 with a price of $19.99. Next up, we have the Transformers Generations Selects Deluxe Class Power Dasher Zaytar. Yep, I'm really just not a fan of this thing either. The head is really weird looking, and I'm not a fan of that bright yellow at all. This guy is also a repaint and slight remold of the Deluxe Class Weaponizer Brunt, and I honestly prefer Brunt over Zaytar, but I wouldn't buy either of them. This figure releases October 2019 with a price of $19.99. Switching from Siege to Studio Series, we have the Transformers Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Scavenger. Now this is what I've been waiting for. Granted, I'm still looking for Hightower and Long Haul, but I've got a while. This guy looks great and very accurate to how Scavenger looked in Revenge of the Fallen. This figure releases February 2020 with a price of $59.99. Next up, we have the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Leader Class Shockwave. This one looks pretty good, very accurate to how he looked in Dark of the Moon, and even comes with those two little bots I can't remember the name of right now. Really don't know how they keep making figures of Dark of the Moon Shockwave, given that he's never had an official alternate mode that was used in the movie, and that's where this loses me, is that really awful looking tank mode. I just don't like it. You can easily see his arms and legs just folded up. This figure releases February 2020 with a price of $49.99. After that, we have the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Voyager Class Mixmaster. Yep, another one I have been really waiting for. I mean, I want all of Devastator. What else can I say? Now yeah, this one's robot mode looks a little odd, but I mean, not as odd as Hightower if we're gonna be honest. But I like this one nonetheless, and I want it all the same. This figure releases February 2020 with a price of $29.99. Lastly, we have the Studio Series Transformers Movie 2007 Voyager Class Megatron. Yes, they're finally giving us the last version of Megatron from the 2007 movie. I'm glad they are. I don't actually have a Megatron from the Studio Series, and I think that this is the one I'm going to hold out for. I'm not a fan of the overly square lower legs, but I can get over it quickly. But other than that, this one looks great. This figure releases February 2020 with a price of $29.99. Now, moving from the Studio Series to Walmart G1 Reissues. My last video I did on G1 Reissues at Walmart, the last one I mentioned is Astro Train, and yes, in the spring of 2020, Generation 1 Astro Train will be coming to Walmart shelves. But Astro Train is not alone, as there is another one, and that is going to be joining him in the spring of 2020, and that is Blaster. So yeah, if you like those, look forward to adding Astro Train and Blaster to your G1 collection in the spring of 2020. And that's going to do it for Transformers figure news. That's all I have to say, so if you're out of the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye.